What up, guys? James from Bolt Bros here. Want to give a full recap of all the NFL action for Week 11. We had 4 teams on bye weeks. We had the Atlanta Falcons, Indianapolis Colts, New England Patriots, New Orleans Saints. Let's get into it. Ravens beat the Bengals 34-20 in a game that was competitive until Burrow went down with a wrist sprain. The Ravens have really put the Bengals in a bad situation for the playoffs. But also Mark Andrews going down for the Ravens probably have put the Ravens out of Super Bowl contention. Big loss for the Ravens not having Mark Andrews. Plus, what's also going on with this pregame photo of Joe Burrow with the wrist guard? A little bit of sketchy business going on over there, Bengals. Not reporting it as an injury. Not looking good for you guys. Browns beat the Steelers 13-10. Defensive game all around and a snore fest. Big stat about this game is the best start for the Browns since 1994 at 7-3. It's been a minute for the dog pound. 3-headed dog over here, boys. Let's go. Also, that's truly a dog. And the team's playing like a dog. Dolphins beat the Raiders 20-13 in a game that we all thought the Raiders were going to get throttled in straight smoke. The Raiders let Tyreek Hill cook them for 146 total yards and a TD. Wild stat, the Dolphins defense has allowed 17, 14, and 17 points since Jalen Ramsey returned from injury. They're not just an offensive team now, guys. They got a defense that can play. Wow. Wild to see. Dolphins got big things coming for them this season if they keep it up. Lions beat the Bears 31-26. An absolute heart attack game for the Lions. They had to crawl their way back into this one late in the game to be able to get a touchdown to win the game. Wild stat, for the first time since 1969, the Lions and the Browns each have won 7 of their first 10 games. Wow. The last time this happened, Jets were the Super Bowl defending champs. Bill Belichick was a senior at Annapolis High School in Maryland. Apollo 11 landed on the moon. Boy, it's been a minute for these two franchises. Unbelievable, guys. Jaguars beat the Titans 34-14. We all thought that was going to happen. Biggest takeaway from this game, Jaguars have not had a better start since 1999, starting 7-3 for the first 10 games. Big games for them so far. That team has really changed all around. Wild to see. Coaching makes a big difference on how a team can succeed. Culture-wise, success-wise, everything-wise. Doug Peterson has done phenomenal things with the Jaguars in a very short amount of time. Packers beat the Chargers 23-20. Well, the Chargers charger once again and have an absolute mess of a team, but more specifically, the defense. Herbert's been doing what he needs to do on his side. That defense is giving up these games. Spending over about $110 million on this defense, and statistically has been one of the worst defenses since Brandon Staley's been our head coach. That seat is getting muy caliente for Brandon Staley. Also, watch that post game with Brandon Staley. He's lost it, and I think he knows it. Gosh, man, can we get better? Can we be a better team, please? Texans beat the Cardinals 21-16. Cardinals kept it close in the second half, not allowing the Texans to score at all, and even getting 2 picks. But the Cardinals only score 6 points. You can't do that. My offensive rookie there, CJ Stroud, made it happen and still made it work to get that win. Cardinals are really going for that high pick right now. They might even get rid of Kyler Murray out of that and decide to go with another quarterback. Who knows, guys? Cowboys beat the Panthers 33-10. Well, we all knew this is how the game was going to go. Not much to say about it, but just another beatdown for the Cowboys. But it's all about the Cowboys to figure out when they get to the playoffs. That's the real big issue. Regular season doesn't mean anything until you get to the playoffs. You have to convince everybody you're good in the playoffs. That's what matters most. Giants stun the world and win a game versus the Commanders 21-19. Tommy lives with his parents. DeVito, aka Jersey Juice, balled out and threw 3 TDs and also outplayed Sam Howell when he only threw 1 TD and got 3 picks. Yow! Giants found a way to score 24 points on turnovers. Wild stat, Jersey Juice got more TDs than any quarterback that plays in MetLife Stadium as their home team. Wild. He's only got 5 touchdowns. That's more than any of the Jets quarterbacks and any of the Giants quarterbacks that have played so far this season. Unreal. Also, he looks like he's trying to make a deal over here. Is he on Shark Tank or something? What's going on here? Niners beat the Buccaneers 27-14. That 3-game skid the Niners had a while back is easily forgotten when you keep winning. Purdy had a near perfect game, completing 21 of 25 for 333 yards and 3 TDs. Total offense of 420 yards. They look dangerous again. Here come the Niners. Bang, bang. Bills beat the Jets 32-6. Seems like Joe Brady got that offense moving for the Bills, and they absolutely destroyed the Jets. Maybe they should have fired Ken Dorsey, who tried to break that Microsoft Surface back in the days. I think it was last year, beginning of last year. He didn't know what he was doing back then. So he put his frustration out on a Microsoft Surface. My goodness, he was freaking out over here, man. That was wild to watch. Rams beat the Seahawks 17-16. Matthew Stafford found a way to get a last drive to get a TD to go up 17-16. But wait, Geno Smith with an injured elbow comes in for the last drive to give the Seahawks a chance for a 55-yard field goal, but they missed it. Rams upset the Seahawks in a shocker of a win. Also, they have swept the Seahawks this year. Wow, wild. Broncos beat the Vikings 20-21 in an absolute field goal fest for the Broncos. They found a way on the final drive to get a TD late with 1 minute left or so. Vikings tried to get a drive going, but the Broncos defense found a way to shut down the Vikings to seal the victory. Snorefest up to the last 3 minutes of the game. Looks like Sean Payton's got that Bronco team in the right direction. Big difference from that 70-point loss against the Dolphins. Wow. Eagles beat the Chiefs 21-17. The Chiefs will leave this game kicking themselves. They led at 17-7 at halftime, but dropped passes, including one that would have given them the lead with 1:47 left, and twice turned it over in the red zone. You can't do that. Wild stat, the Chiefs lead the NFL with 26 drops this season, which I believe will be the demise of the Chiefs season if they don't get this fixed. Revenge game for the Eagles. Let's go. That's a full recap of all the NFL action for Week 11. Great week of football. A lot of talk about playoffs and where teams are getting seeded now. The contenders from the pretenders are starting to show up now. On to Week 12. Let's go.